Welcome to the biggest karting weekend in the world, the 22nd running of the SuperKarts USA Super Nationals, and it's all set against the backdrop of fabulous Las Vegas. And it's a much-loved and familiar location for the SuperNats this year, as the event returns to its spiritual home here at the Rio Hotel and Casino. With a record number of entries this year, over 500 of the world's best kart racers have arrived for 5 days of practice, qualifying and heats, all with the aim of making it onto the grid on Super Sunday and battling it out for the right to call themselves a SuperNats champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what will be an amazing day here at Super Nationals, number 22 at the Rio All-Suite Hotel and Casino. My name is Rob Howden. Welcome to those of you who have tuned in live here on the SuperKarts USA Facebook page. Great shots of this venue in the Masquerade parking lot just aside I-15 here in Las Vegas. Great drone footage, capping off what was a fantastic opening ceremonies. Great to have Lake Speed, the legendary karter and racer, as our Grand Marshal here this weekend. Here's the racetrack for you, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of hairpins to get things underway. Turn 1 and turn 2, the left-hander, the right-hander. Onto the straightaway that leads right by the pit lane. Long straight into these 4, 5, 6 combination. A lot of passes in turn 6. Little 7, 8 kink. This here, though, 9A, 9B through 10 and 11. High commitment corner. And speak of high commitment, turn number 12. Super quick, full out, getting the car fully loaded back across the start-finish line. That's a lap around what is about an 8/10 of a mile racetrack. Again, drivers getting set to go. You can see on pit lane right now the competitors in our X30 Junior category lining up for the first main event here on Super Sunday. X30 Junior, brought to you by Peterson Wealth Management. Let's have a look at the grid while we get set to fire things up here momentarily. 40 drivers ready to go. Tagasam Salazar in the number 727 going to start 40th alongside Jorge Garcias, while row number 19 has Ian Aguilera and Aiden Fox. Row number 18, Adrian Cruz in the number 716 and Reese Gold in that number 755. Gold winning the last chance qualifier to transition in to the main event. Row 17, Pedro Aeza alongside Oliver Calvo. Row 16, Angus Wallace and Matthew Morocco. On row number 15, Max Opolsky in the 721 alongside Alex Lloyd in the 797. While row 14 has Jonathan Markison and Dustin Salaveria. Row 13 will see Arias Dukmejian, your reigning SuperKarts USA X30 Junior champion. The national number 1 on the side of the car. Arias not having the best weekend this far. He'll start 26 on the outside of row 13 alongside Santiago Trissini. Row number 12 now, Jace Denmark Gessel in the number 708. Starting 24th alongside a Canadian who won here before in Mini Swift, Thomas Nouveau in the 23rd spot. Row number 11, we'll see Justin Arsenault in the 773, start alongside Diego Conteca. And as we go in now to the top 20, Joey Brienza and Josh Pearson on row number 10. Row 9, Tyler Gonzalez and Felipe Barrichello. Row number 8, Kiffin Simpson and James Wharton. I think that's a row you need to watch. James Wharton and Kiffin Simpson, both very quick here this weekend. Let's see if they can move their way forward here on Super Sunday. Up now to the 7th row, Brandon Tyner on the outside and Fernando Barrichello on the inside. Row 6, Jeremy Fairburn in the number 3 and Mackenzie Clark in the 765. 2 additional drivers that with the right brakes could quickly find themselves working to the front. Into the top 10 now, Cole Morgan in the number 763 starting 10th. And on the inside, T-Mac Tukarsik will be in the 9th position. Moving now to row number 4, Nicola Zacchinato. Outside row 4, that's the 8th position. Inside, second generation driver Sebastian Montoya in the number 758. Okay. Moving now to row number 3, Gabriel Mini. Great job in those heat races. He'll occupy the outside of row number 3, P6. While P5 on the inside, Cass Havercourt in the number 719. Moving now to row number 2, Connor Zilich in the number 772, starting on the outside, P4 position for Connor. And on the inside, coming in from Texas, John Burke in the number 744. 40 drivers in the field, put 2 on the front row, off pole. The number 747 showing his muscle all weekend long, very strong in those heat races. Luca Mars in the 747 starting second. The driver on the pole, he will lead them out of turn number 11 and to the line to go green for the first time here on Super Sunday, Jack Crawford. Jack Crawford getting set to go as your pole sitter alongside Luca Mars. So again, getting ready to fire things up here at the SuperNats. It's been a solid weekend so far. The track itself, as you saw in the early graphic, 12 corners, about 0.8 of a mile in length. We had some warmer temperatures earlier in the week, but beautiful blue skies here today. 61 degrees ambient temperature. Expect the track to be about 78 to 79, a high of 64 potentially before we're wrapped up here today. 10 main events set to go, and if all goes well, we'll get right in before the sun starts to set behind the Rio. Otherwise, we may have to take a quick little break, let the sun set, and flick on the lights once again to get back at it. SuperCarts USA officials have now worked their way out to the corners of the racetrack, getting things going. We do welcome all of those of you who have signed on to the SuperCarts USA Facebook page. We appreciate you watching online with us. Again, folks, my name's Rob Howden, joined as always by David Cole here in our EKN Trackside Live coverage. We welcome those of you who are potentially listening live on EKN as well. Big thank you to the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, our title sponsor of our EKN Live program here this weekend. And again, our Super Sunday presenting sponsor, once again, the good folks at Acceleration Kart Racing. So drivers getting ready to go down on pit lane, and this is the tough part. They have worked so hard all weekend long, rolling onto the track, of course, when it was so green on Wednesday. Just trying to stay out of the barriers, be smart, get a feel for the chassis. Moving, of course, then to Thursday as the track continued to evolve. Rubber going down a little bit, but more so the fact that the track getting cleaned off a little bit. We had qualifying at the end of all the sessions on Thursday to really set their story as we headed into wheel-to-wheel competition on Friday. 2 rounds of heats on Friday, and then what we always call Situation Saturday. I'll give it up to Chris Wheeler. He coined that term, and very appropriate. Situation Saturday, final heat race, last chance qualifier. You can make or break your entire Las Vegas storyline with how you run in race number 3. It's always either recoveries for some people or maintenance for others. And then you'll find yourself into those last chance qualifiers if you haven't put the points down to get in the top 34. Yesterday's last chance qualifiers, unbelievably exciting for sure. But again, folks, we welcome you to the 22nd running of the SuperCarts USA Super Nationals live here on the SuperCarts USA Facebook page. Gorgeous day in Las Vegas. You could feel the anticipation and the energy when you walked into the paddock here earlier today. I'd like to see a comment about the sport, whatever it may be, but all you got to do is share it, and we will get this reached out to so many people. I do want to give a shout out to one guy I know is going to be listening in throughout the day, a former racer here back in the 2000s, raced last year here in KZ as well. Big shout out to Robert Wickens, who of course is continuing his rehabilitation from that nasty wreck at Pocono. I know that Robert will be listening in probably right now. Great to have him with us, and I appreciate him tuning in. I know he's here. He's, of course, rooting on his brother, Trevor Wickens, who owns Prime Power Team. Ryan McDermott, who actually running an X30 Senior, the number 6 for Robbie Wickens. And we expect he's listening right now as we get set to go. Okay, here we go, folks. It's Super Sunday in Las Vegas. Jack Crawford leads him out here for the first time. Crawford. Jack Crawford on the pole position. The lineup you're seeing there, not correct, obviously. Santiago Trissini and Thomas DeVoe not on the front row. That's a bit of a mix-up, so that particular graphic, not the right one. Again, as I said before, it is Jack Crawford on the pole alongside Luca Mars, John Burke and Connor Zilich on row 2, Kaz Havercourt and Gabriel Mini on row 3, Sebastian Montoya, Nicola Zeccanato row 4, Timek Kucharsek on row number 5 alongside Cole Morgan. Folks, field set, Super Nationals 18, brought to you by Peterson Wealth Management, this X30 Junior category. We are going to get set to go. They'll get into the staging lanes. It's time to begin. SuperNats22. Everyone settling in. Crawford setting an absolutely snail's pace coming up. They're banging him from behind, but he's the one that sets the pace here. He's the guy. Here we go. Underway. Ladies and gentlemen, green, green, green. SuperNats underway. Drivers working their way into turn number 1 now. Crawford trying to get to the outside cleanly. Not too bad. 3 wide coming into the turn number 2, the second hairpin. A couple drivers together further back coming out of turn number 1. But we are underway. Jack Crawford getting a pretty nice little advantage early. John Burke trying to settle into his position. 7:44. John Burke has gone to P2. Look, you can see from the overhead shot, nice advantage for Jack Crawford, the driver out of Texas early on. Crawford announcing this will be one of his last full-time races. Going to focus on his kart career. He'd like to go out in style with the Super Nationals win. You can see him ducking his head coming down the straightaway, trying to get out of the air, see if he can get as much arrow as you possibly can. High commitment corner. Here's a pass for second position to the inside. Book it. Luca Mars goes to the inside of John Burke. But look at him side by side again, coming out of turn number 3. Burke's going to hold that spot back. John Burke taking it. Here comes Connor Zillick, the 772. You can see the yellow on that car really vibrant. He moves through, and the 747 of Luca Mars loses probably 3 spots right there. Sebastian Montoya, the number 758. Montoya getting a good jump, couple of positions early. Big run down the straightaway again. Crawford with that lead. Burke's going to hold off Connor Zillich. Let's see if Montoya gets aggressive. It needs Zillich now to the inside of Burke. Side by side coming through 1. Book it. Zillich now goes to P2. So Connor Zillich, the man on the move. He goes to the second spot. John Burke slides into second. 20-lap race. Long way to go. The heat races. Oh, there's a move there as well. That is Jeremy Fairburn. Yeah, fast lap of the race last time by. Fairburn in the Tony Kart number 3 on the move as well. He able to get by Montoya there in the number 758. The black and yellow CRG, the number 779, working his way forward. Actually, that's a 719. That's Cass Havercourt. Havercourt now in, I believe, the 5th position. Hello to everyone tuning in on the SuperKarts USA Facebook page. My name's Rob Howard. We're underway here at the Super Nationals. As Jack Crawford stretched out to a pretty good lead. He is now on the battle for I believe, that's a little further back. That's 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's Luca Mars, Cass Havercourt, and now the 746 of Gabriel Mini has worked into the fight. Jeremy Fairburn has moved to second now, trying to reel in. Look at the gap there, but he's trying to reel in Jack Crawford. Over 2 seconds with the gap last time by, but we'll start watching splits. Fairburn now moves his way into that second position. Jack Crawford going purple last time by. Fast lap of the race. You hear me say the driver going purple, that's in reference to the highlight on live timing. It lights up their time in purple when they have the fastest outright lap of the race. So going purple is fast lap, going green is the fastest personal lap that you've turned during a run. Everybody in the top 10 going green that last time by. The fastest lap by all of them laid down here on lap number 4. Not surprising. John Burke now trying to hold off Connor Zillich as Jeremy Fairburn's got the head down. Tough, because he's probably the tallest driver in the junior paddock. Jeremy, you can see how high he sits up, but he uses that weight well. You'll watch him go into some of these corners, and you'll hang the body off the outside. You want to plant as much as a weight as you can, the force down on that outside rear tire, so you can drive off the corner using that right rear, or left rear, depending on the corner. It's a solid rear axle on these karts. So if you can even get the inside wheel off the ground, it allows it to drive off. You're not going to get any drag. John Burke still holding on to second over Connor Zillich. But as I said, Jeremy Fairburn starting to get away from them. Still a pretty big gap, over 2 seconds for Jack Crawford out front. Fairburn, does he have it in to reel him in? Oh yeah, down to 1.8 seconds now. Fairburn quicker by 0.2 of a second. Long way to go in this race, still 14 laps. Let's have a look at your top 10. Crawford, your leader. Fairburn in second. John Burke runs third. Connor Zilic in the fourth spot. Fifth is Sebastian Montoya. Sixth, Luca Mars. Seventh, Cass Havercourt. He just laid down fast lap of the race. Gabriel Mini in ninth, and T-Mac Kuharczyk. I gotta get that right. Kuharczyk, the Polish driver. Kuharczyk now in 10th. T-Mac Kuharczyk. Back by about 0.2 from Justin Arsenault. 1.8 seconds the gap between first and second last time by. It's now down to 1.4. They are definitely closing on Jack Crawford. Luca Mars now goes purple, fastest driver on track, 43.849. Zilic has been able to get by John Burke. You see there with maybe a little bit of hand signal saying, hey, let's work together. We got to try to reel this guy in. Montoya right there in the 758 machine. That is third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, pretty much all together. Ninth and 10th, not that far back. A little wide for John Burke. Coming through turn number 10 through 11 now. He's lost a couple of spots. It's going to put Montoya now into fourth. Montoya goes to fourth. Oh, now contact coming through turn number 1. Pick up that driver who had trouble. That might have been, that was a 747, I think. Luca Mars got all crossed up coming through. That was turn 1. Here's now Montoya going to work on Connor Zilic. You can see Montoya with his left hand reach down. There's actually a slider over top of the radiator. These engines, 125cc liquid-cooled engines. The X30 JR Miami power plants. Everyone here on Ovinco tires. You want to manage the head temperature, the water temperature, so you push down on that kind of screen that comes up over top. Of course, pretty cool here early on, but now Montoya has worked his way into third. Montoya passed Connor Zilic for third. Crawford, Fairburn, and Montoya. That's your top 3 right now. Crawford, the 752. Fairburn in the national number 3. Third overall in the Supercharged USA Pro Tour this year. And Sebastian Montoya in the number 758. Currently P3. Montoya back by 1.7 seconds as Fairburn slowly but surely, methodically chipping away at the lead for Jack Crawford. Jeremy Fairburn running for J. Howard Driver Development. Driver to Wellington, Florida. Allison Racing Engines Power. And the Italian-made Tony Kart out front in second, trying to reel in your leader, Jack Crawford. Crawford running for Nash Motorsports. Crawford with that Precision Works Racing Engines Power Plant. Chris Freckleton out of Conroe, Texas. Crawford leading the way. With the gap getting lower and lower. In fact, Fairburn is within a length. Jeremy Fairburn now within a kart length as the overhead shot shows you the gap between first and second and third and fourth. Fairburn has caught Crawford. Again onto the straightaway. Now this is where you think, just try to push away. If he thinks he's fast enough, you go by and try to pull away, or do you stay with him and set up for a last lap pass or second last lap pass? We have 10 laps to go. We're only past the halfway point. How about the move for the inside of turn 2? Book it. New leader. Jeremy Fairburn answered my question quickly, and that's go to the lead. Jeremy Fairburn to the lead. Can he pull away at all? We saw it all through the heat races. When you start running defensive lines into the corner, you allow everybody to close up. I can't see Jeremy even thinking about a defensive line right now. He's been able to pull away by 2 kart lengths through 9A and B, through turn number 10, little take turn 11 onto the front straight. Now the back straightaway, long back straightaway here at the Rio. Gap of about 4 kart lengths as they come through the unbelievably quick turn number 12. Crawford not letting Fairburn get away. Further back, Montoya loses a couple spots with Gabriel Mini in the number 746, one of the fastest drivers on the racetrack in the Paralympic for Jim Jr. Karting. Ultra Power for Mini. Jim Russell Jr. cheering on his driver here. Gabriel Mini now into third. You can see from the overhead, third, fourth, fifth, probably back to about 8th or 9th, all running together. This is Jack Crawford's opportunity to see if he's got anything. He has a look over his shoulder. Realize he's got lots. He's going to pull some tape off his radiator. Some drivers have the slide, others with tape across the radiator. They leave a little tab on the edge. So Crawford having a look at the engine data. All these carts have a little onboard computer on the steering wheel. We're able to see what the water temperature is, the head temperature. Got to keep it within that operating window. Pull a piece of tape off the radiator. More air, of course, going through, more cooling. Manage where the operating window is on the engine temperature. Fairburn, Crawford, Mini, Zilich, and Mars, top 5. Biggest movers further back. Justin Arsenault started in the 22nd position. He's worked his way up to 7th. Jonathan Markison started 28th. He's now up in the 14th spot. Oliver Calvo started 33rd. He's now into 23rd position. Primary movers coming forward. Justin Arsenault, though, into the top 10 in 9th position after starting 22nd. Fairburn continues to set the pace, but Jack Crawford does not let him get away. At this point, looks like it's coming down to a 2-driver battle. Fairburn, Crawford, 1-2. We'll do the podiums in turn number 1 right after the race as the next category, which is Mini Swift, prepares themselves on pit lane. Crawford starting to strategize his move. He's been able to close back up using a bit of the draft down the straightaway. Crawford right there again on Jeremy Fairburn. Oh, we're setting up for a fantastic mono-a-mono battle here. Gabriel Mini trying to close up, but still 2 seconds back. This is going to be a 2-driver dice. One of these 2 drivers is going to start to stand on top of the podium here at the SuperNats. Grandstand's absolutely packed. And we welcome you all to live coverage here on the SuperCarts USA Facebook page, courtesy of Greenlight TV. Do us a favor if you're watching, click that share button. Let's let more people see it. Show everybody on your followers list, all your friends list, what you love to do. Share this feed so more people can see it. Gabriel Mini there at the number 746. That's the Parolin chassis. Connor Zilich back up to 2nd. Luca Mars in 3rd. Then it's another 2.2 back for Kuharczyk. T-Mac Kuharczyk's worked his way now up into the 6th spot. 3 position advantage for the Polish driver. But again, focusing on these 2 competitors here who are running up front. Fairburn and Crawford, impressive. Through the little chicane, 9A, 9B, through 10. Little kink 11 that leads onto the straightaway once again. Crawford, another look over the shoulder, just gauging how close Mini, Zilich, and Mars are. Still about 2 seconds back. 3 to go this time by. Now is when you start thinking, where am I quicker? Where can I make that move? When do I make that move as well? That may be even more important. You pull the trigger now. You wait till the final lap. Does the leader go full defensive on the final circuit? Am I blocked out? Do I need to go one early when he's not ready for me? Overhead at turn 6. There's a 7-8 chicane. Short shoot into 9A and 9B. And still Fairburn hitting every one of his marks. You see how he uses his body coming through that big corner, that sweeper onto the back straightaway. He holds the spot. Crawford, though, right there. Not able to get away. 2 to go this time by. 2 laps remaining in X30 Jr. Live here on the SuperCarts USA Facebook page. Wait for it. Again, Crawford looks over his shoulder, always gauging how much room he has to play with. It's even bigger now, 2.7 seconds. The lead duo able to pull away from the trio running for the final positions on the podium. Just about a 2-cart length gap now for Fairburn. Can he pull that? Is this something he can pull away with? Here's a shot now, the 746. I think Luca Mars able to get through. Indeed, Luca Mars through to 3rd. Mars goes to 3rd. Mini back to 4th. Zilich 5th. And that's Kuharczyk back there in 6th. Fairburn still leading. That's 3rd, 4th, and 5th coming through the opening corner of the final circuit. White flag flying this time by. We'll pick up the leaders coming to turn 4. Last lap for X30 Jr. Little bit of a gap here for Jeremy Fairburn. Can he hold it through to the end? Good through turn 6. He's got about 4 cart lengths. Fairburn pulling away from Jack Crawford. Fairburn trying to win the big one. He's got to hit his marks the final circuit. Looks good coming down the back chute. I don't think Crawford's got enough for him. First race in the Super Nationals, down the back straightaway. Final corner, the winner of X30 JR, Jeremy Fairburn. Fairburn wins. Here comes the battle for the final podium slots. Who gets it? Gabriel Mini into third. Luca Mars in fourth. Fifth, Connor Zilic, sixth. T-Mac Kuharchuk. John Burke in seventh. Justin Arsenault, eighth. Sebastian Montoya, ninth. And Arias Duknegian in the national number one of 16 positions to get to the top 10. What a run for Jeremy Fairburn. Aaron Likens out there throwing the double checker. SuperCarts USA national flagman. You'll see a lot of him today. But it's Fairburn, Crawford, Mini, Mars, and Zilic. Your top five. That will be your podium down here in turn number one. But folks, Jeremy Fairburn, the winner today in X30 JR.